Alright, what's up guys? So, I got a video request from Adonio Rohai, and he wants me to talk about it's good parenting to train children to be competent at independence because eventually the children won't have anyone to be dependent on. Still, no one asked to exist, so parents owe their children dependency status if the children don't want to work or can't. I hate this toxic norm of people desiring babies and then resenting them. Society always is sympathizing with the parents who are really all child abusers for bringing people here. And yeah, I agree with this. I think it is good parenting when parents teach their kids independence. And once these kids reach an adult, they don't have anyone to depend on. They don't need to depend on their parents anymore for finances, for example, or they don't need to depend on others to get validation from, right? Because they can be self-reliant. They can be on their own. And parents should teach their kids life skills, right? Teach their kids how to cook, teach their kids how to drive, because like if a kid doesn't know how to drive, how's the kid able to commute to work? You know, you need to have a driver's license to get a job too. So these parents need to help their kids get their license and get a car, and so they are able to get a job and start saving for their future, or start putting money towards retirement, or these kids can have money to have fun or something, you know. So, and then another one is like these parents need to teach their kids how to budget money, because you need to budget money to survive. Like you need to budget your expenses, and then what you have left you save. Other money you have left you can spend, you know? Like parents need to teach your kids that, and I don't see a lot of parents doing that at all. No wonder there's so many kids lost and not knowing how to budget their money and stuff like that. It's terrible. And I think even if parents don't know how to make their kids try to make more money, try their best, try to give it more effort to try to give their kids options or recommendations on how to make money, you know, because this fucking world's expensive, and it's best for the parents to try their best to lay them out all the jobs and see what they like and what can help them pay all their bills, you know. You said still no one asked to exist, so parents owe their children dependency status if the children don't want to work or can't. I feel like parents should still teach their kids independence, even if the kids don't want to work, because eventually the parents are going to die. So the parents need to prepare them for say independence in a way, like life skills, or guide them towards a way to get through this real world, you know. And yeah, I guess if they can't work, like if they're incapable, like the parents need to take care of them. Like these kids never ask for their genetics that make them not keep a job. They're unemployed. No one wants to hire them or something, or they just have a hard time keeping it, you know, because people are judgmental. People overlook your disability or mental illness, and they don't see your intelligence. They don't see your skills or something, you know. And yeah, I think parents should teach their kids responsibility. I think that's a good thing too, because if you teach your kids responsibility, then they feel more responsible when they're independent also, you know? So I feel like that's a good thing to teach their kids, right? Maybe like if the parents know how to fix things, teach your kids how to fix stuff, you know? So they will be able to save money or something, or like stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it's not every parent's perfect, but they need to at least put in their best effort and not rely on one thing like being a provider, right? They need to do more than that. They need to put in that emotional support, right? So they don't need to rely and depend on others when they feel like garbage, you know, all the time. Like these parents need to teach their kids how to regulate emotions better, you know, not suppress their shit, ignoring them constantly. So they're able, like when they're independent, they don't stress about it. They don't suppress it. They're gonna go out there and express how they feel to someone that they trust. You know, it makes them more independent than like all that stuff. And then like when a kid's like turning an adult and is independent, doesn't need to depend their parents on money all the time. Like if their kid is dependent on the parents for money, like yeah, like it could be a budgeting issue. They spend money they don't need and shit like that. But that's something the parents should teach them. You know, the parents should teach them on how to use your money. You know, because it's a tool. You know, so. I hate this toxic norm of people desiring babies and then resenting them. Yeah, I agree, man. Why would you have a kid and then resent it? I feel like a lot of them are accidental pregnancy. They weren't meant to have a kid and they even fucking resent it, to be honest with you. And I guess there is parents out there that don't resent their kids. They like their kids for who they are, but there's a lot of parents out there that resent their kids. They didn't get the right gender they want. They wanted a boy instead of a girl, or they don't like their kid because, oh, it has a disability. I want my kid neurotypical or something. Or I want my kid to be attractive, not unattractive. Super shallow shit. Yeah. I feel like most how kids end up when they're reaching adult, they have a hard time getting through the real world. It's because the parents don't really teach them anything when they were young. You know, they say they spoil them too much, or they say they don't guide them for the real world. They don't teach them life skills. They're abusive to them. They gave their kids more of like emotional neglect, or they were acting like narcissists towards their kids, you know. Yeah, these parents need to teach their kids like so they won't be an adult and be dependent and feel lost, and they make bad decisions like spending too much money with their credit card. Now they're in credit card debt. Now they have a bad credit. Now they have a hard time getting an apartment or taking out a loan to get a car or something, or say was always thinking about getting a business, but now can't get a loan to get a business. You know, for example, I'm just spitting stuff out, but yeah, it's stupid with these parents out there. Yeah, there is parents out there that teach their kids how to guide them for the real world and stuff, and that the kids are okay, you know, but I feel like majority of the time it's most kids don't know what to do with their life, and the parents aren't there, you know. They just aren't there. Like, why would you have a kid and not teach them the real world? You think school is going to teach them everything? No, it just isn't. A lot of times school doesn't teach you that much either. It doesn't guide you through the real world as well. And yeah, not every parent knows everything, but like use the internet to look up how to make your kid independent, or say just try to put in the effort or something, you know. But yeah, that's it. Catch you guys later, but we'll do some more videos tomorrow when I'm done work, and I'll try to do a video reaction. I'll try to do maybe 2 or 3 video requests, and I'll do a couple of my own. Catch you guys later. Alright, I forgot some things with that video, but imagine the parents pass away and they haven't taught their kids anything on how to be independent, right? Now their kids are stuck. Now these kids are not knowing what to do, and they're just dependent on everything. They make bad decisions all the time, and it ain't their fault, right? And it's just crazy how there's people that have kids and they think they don't realize like they could pass away anytime, and these kids can lose both their parents at like 3 years old. Now they have a hard time functioning in this world, and you never know, like say if they're in an adoption home, like the staff doesn't give them valuable information on how to be independent as an adult, right? So they'll struggle too, you know? These parents are taking a huge risk on someone else, basically. But that's it, though.